All right. Thank you for joining me. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we did a neural feedback video earlier, and right now I'm about to do stable diffusion. Yes. What are you thinking about? Stable diffusion. There you go. All right. So, without further ado, this is Stable Diffusion. Now, Stable Diffusion is an image generating artificial intelligence application, and I like generating images with Stable Diffusion. What I've been doing is I created what is known as a hyper network. A hyper network. Let me see if there's anywhere I can put this that's not completely covering my face. Maybe I can do something like this, shrink it down just a little bit. How's that? Yeah, that's a little bit better. So I still got to sit over here so you can see me. Let's ask Grok, right? I like putting my feet up. Let's ask Grok what a hyper network is, just so that you guys understand. A hyper network, well, let's ask chat first. Okay. What is a hyper network in Stable Diffusion? In Stable Diffusion, a hypernetwork is an add-on model that modifies how the main diffusion model generates images. Here's the breakdown. Base Stable Diffusion model. This is the pre-trained model like SD 1.5, SDXL, etc. that generates images from text prompts. It contains billions of parameters that learned general patterns of images and language. What a hypernetwork is a small neural network that plugs into the main diffusion model, usually into the text encoder, the part of the model that interprets your text prompt. Instead of replacing or retraining the whole model, the hypernetwork tweaks how the text embeddings influence image generation. Think of it as a style or concept enhancer that sits on top of the model. How it works. When you enable a hypernetwork in Stable Diffusion, your text prompt is passed through the normal text encoder. The hypernetwork takes those embeddings and adjusts them in a way that emphasizes a particular style, character, or look. The modified embeddings then guide the diffusion process, changing the final output. Why use hypernetworks? They are much smaller than full models, often tens of megabytes instead of gigabytes. They let you add new styles, aesthetics, or character likeness without retraining the whole model. They can be shared and loaded quickly, like LoRa's, embeddings, and textual inversions. Differentiate LoRa textual inversion. Textual inversion teaches the model a new word token that represents a concept or style. LoRa, low rank adaptation, injects small trainable matrices into the model weights to add new behaviors. Hypernetwork modifies the text encoder's embeddings dynamically using a separate small neural network. A hypernetwork in Stable Diffusion is a lightweight model that modifies how prompts are interpreted, letting you add new styles or concepts without retraining the full diffusion model. Okay, so now, enough of that. Here we are in Stable Diffusion. As you can see, I opened it up. It's nice and empty, nice and clean. Let me see how we look here. All right, it's nice and empty. And I'm going to add my hypernetwork, okay? I've trained a few. These are a few. Look, art by Devin Lockett. This is my art. Devin Lockett 1. Devin Lockett 1 and Devin Lockett 2 and then Devin. The one here with the underline, with the underscores, That was the first one that I trained. This was the second one that I trained, right? So let's use this second one now. You just click it once, and then it pops up into the prompt box, right? And now I'm going to say, let's say I want to create thumbnails for my neurofeedback videos, right? So I'm going to start here and say, fantasy photographic image of bald, muscular Devin Lockett. With EEG, right? Electroencephalograph. Monitor leads connected to his scalp. Okay. Smiling at the camera. Right? And then after that, you put a comma, and you can put, I don't know, vivid colors. Background, a futuristic brain laboratory. Not like such a thing exists, but I'm giving the Stable Diffusion a chance to interpret it the way it, the way it wants to. I might say art station. I might say crisp image. I might say handsome, heroic pose. Eye contact. I like to have my face, looking straight at the camera. And instead of saying fantasy photographic image, I'm going to say extreme close-up. Extreme close-up photographic image of bald, muscular Devin Lockett with EEG electroencephalograph monitor leads connected to his scalp, smiling at the camera, vivid colors, da 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 da. Now, we want to emphasize Devin Lockett, right? So, pop, pop. We're going to put 2 parentheses on Devin Lockett. Pop, pop. And I want to take all of this EEG electroencephalograph monitor leads, and I want to also emphasize it, but I don't want to emphasize it using the parentheses. You want to hit control and up arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's about as far as I want to go, because if you go too high with this type of emphasis, then it's going to kind of distort and kind of go crazy. Now, I'm going to start off with Euler A. Okay, you want to stick with either Euler A. You want to go through all of the different sampling methods, but if you want to get a good image, we're going to say Euler A or DPM ++2SA Caras. DPM plus plus 2M caras, DPM plus plus SDE caras. All right. All right. I mean, now you can try all the rest of them, but if you want a really good image. Now, if you want the image to come out perfect, especially if you have a well-trained Hypernetwork, you want to put it on a lot of sampling steps. I go up to 150 if I want it to be high res. But I'm not going to do that because it takes too long to sample. So we're just going to mess around here. We're just playing some games here. So we're going to put this at 45. Okay, 45 sampling steps. And we're gonna put centered right here. And actually, you know what? I don't have to put centered because I'm the only character in the picture. Now, as far as negative prompts are very, very important because if you don't tell Stable Diffusion what not to do, it's going to do all kind of funky things that you don't want it to do. So I happen to have prepared a document, several copies of good affirmative prompts and good negative prompts that I have written. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up one of those and then just copy and paste what I've already created into it because it's pretty much the same stuff you don't want to see, right? And it's opening. It sure is taking a while. Here we go. All right, now. So now we want to copy a very good negative prompt. And then we come here and we paste it into the negative prompt box right there. Okay? And you know, when you try, it's trial and error. When you try and you find out that, you know, certain mistakes keep reoccurring, then you put those mistakes into right down here into your negative prompts. Okay? I want to click Restore Faces because it's a trained Hypernetwork, so I want it to actually use the face that I have. Leave it at 512 by 512 unless you want to do high res fix, and then it's going to become 1024 to 1024. But then, of course, it's going to take too long to generate. I'm trying to demonstrate this for here, okay? And that's about it. So now we're ready to go, and you click Generate. Oh, let's actually make 10 images, right? So we're going to go batch count of 5 and a batch size of 2. So we're going to generate 10 images 2 at a time. And go. You hit generate and you just sit back and jam, maybe while we're waiting for this to happen. Right? We can enjoy a little. Now, you see, you can already tell it does look like me. The Hypernetwork is working, but it's having trouble interpreting electroencephalograph leads. Well, it's not having trouble interpreting it. I just don't use any type of a headpiece when I have EEG leads on me. And since I didn't specify I did specify, a background, a neural laboratory. And I guess that makes sense because in neural laboratories, they do sleep studies. So it's not uncommon to have a bed there. I like the what is that, the thoughtfulness that they put into the background, and putting me in a hospital with a wife beater on. That's kind of cute. Okay. All right, so now here's one that's just a picture of me, and you can see that it's a headband. We may have to play with the CFG scale. The CFG scale right here is how much the Stable Diffusion is listening to the prompt. So it starts off at a default of 7, but when you have a well-trained Hypernetwork, you have to really push up the CFG scale, because it depends on how well you train the Hypernetwork. And I've trained my Hypernetworks with one, I think it was 100,000 training passes at a very, very, very small increment of learning, a very small learning rate. So anyway, at 45 passes, 45 sampling steps, you can see that they're generating these images pretty quickly. I might give you guys a little something else. How about? Sorry, I left the microphones off. All I said was that I changed the settings and went to DPM++2 SA Keras. I moved my CFG scale up from 7 to 14. I doubled it. This means it should be listening more closely to the commands that I wrote in. Let's see if that's what I get. That's a pretty good likeness if I say so myself, isn't it? right, all right. Let's turn these microphones back on and do it right this time. Wow, look at how much it looks like my face on DPM++2 SA Caras, right? And of course, I can't expect it to interpret the EEG leads. Wow, look at the eyes on this one, huh? They made kind of googly eye. Yeah, some of them look more like me than others. Wow, they actually put braids in my hair, cornrows. All right. Okay. Yeah. Resemblance is not that good, and neither is the cap. Okay. Now that actually looks kind of cool. That actually looks cool. It doesn't look anything like, me when I do neural feedback, but yeah, it's having trouble interpreting. So instead of going with the EEG monitor wires, let's do this. Let's say extreme close up fantasy. Photographic, and then instead of with EEG wires connected to his scalp smiling at the camera, we're going to take all of that out, and we're going to say as a super brain superhero Professor X character with lightning bolts emanating from his head and the background a futuristic high-tech fortress of solitude. And then we could say from the Marvel Comics universe, right? I like it. I like to get a little crazy. And then we're going to go with that. Now, if you want some more, you can go to Lexica. .ai. Okay. I'm sorry. Lexica.io. .io. Oh, not 10. The letters. I-O. There we go. Okay, no. It's lexica.art. I'm sorry. .art. Here we are. Lexica.art. So you can look at something like this. This is kind of similar to what I'm trying to accomplish. So we can open it in a new window. We get the prompt. I like this. I like the background. I like what it is. So detailed scene, intricately detailed photorealism, trending on our station, neon lights, rainy day. All of that's beautiful. So we're going to say how about that? Copy all of this, and we're going to paste it in there just to get an idea of, let me see. I don't even think you guys can see what I'm pasting, huh? Oh, you can't. All right, so I'm copying some of the prompts from the image the first image of this guy on the motorcycle here, okay? Because I like the kind of crazy look that it has. But as you can see, there are a lot of nice images that we can use. We can copy some of the prompts and just experiment, right? You just experiment. So now we come back to Stable Diffusion. And vivid colors, and all of that, and then we come back here and we paste it. Okay, detailed scene. I don't know about red. Yeah, let's leave red on there. Let's leave red on there because it is an OG Red Dog production by After All. And I'm going to step down to DPM 2M Karas. We want to mess with the 3 Karas at the bottom here. All right, just to kind of see what we get. We're just experimenting around. All right, so now we hit it again and let it start. Let it start generating. Now I might pause this one before it's finished because, as you can see, it's giving me some really good images of me, but it's not really following the directions in the Hypernet. I mean, in the prompt, right? So it's okay. You just have to tweak the CFG scale, all right? But I like the muscles it's giving me. I like the way it's interpreting me in the Hypernetwork. So that's why you want to mess with the DPMs at the bottom, right? Plus, 2M, 2S, whatever. But I like what I see. I just wanted to get a little crazier, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to interrupt this. You only have to click it once. I'm going to interrupt this. It's going to stop and show me what it had created already, right? It looks pretty good. You know, they look pretty good. You know, I kind of like the body on this one. This one has a good facial likeness, right? And so you can see that they're not exactly like me, right? That they're, you know, if I would have made it do 150 or even just 100 sampling steps, then it would look a lot more like me. And I don't really worry about the original image because I usually bump the original image over into image to image. And look at this. That's funny, huh? It hasn't finished it. I usually bump the image. If I find one that I like, then I'll send. You see down here it says send to image. I'll send it to image, and then have it generate what I'm really looking for. But let's get kind of crazy here. Let's crank up the CFG scale. We went from 7 to 14. So now let's go up to 21. Okay. Let's go to 21. We'll leave it at DPM plus 2M Karas. And we're going to run it one more time. Look at that dude. He doesn't even look like me already. that hi-hat sound. All right, now here we go. Look what we got. Let's see. Now they look kind of nice, but they're still good portraits of me. Well, portraits of somebody who kind of looks like me. The likeness is not as strong anymore. They don't know whether to make me white, black, Asian, but it's kind of like real life, right? Look at this pretty boy. Nice blue earring, huh? Okay. But it's not really giving me the fantasy craziness that I'm looking for, right? The Marvel Comics type of hero or whatever. I'm going to take Professor X because Professor X, I don't know if Stable Diffusion understands that I'm talking about Professor X on the X-Men. I think it's just dressing me nicely as a professor. So I'm going to take Professor X out and just say superhero character. Superhero character with lightning bolts. And I'm going to, now we got to go up to 28. Now it's going to get crazy, okay? Because I'm going way up high on the CFG scale. And it may give me duplicate characters. It may draw me more than once. It may give all kind of crazy stuff. But when you get really high on the CFG scale, sometimes you have to go higher than normal on the CFG scale when you have a Hypernetwork that was trained very hard, right? So let's bump it up to 28 and give it another shot, right? Who the hell is this guy, huh? Okay. Not bad, but still not as fantasy as I would like it to be. So we're going to stay here. We're going to stay here. We have a crazy CFG scale of 28. I mean, I think it only goes to 30 or something like that. So it's pretty up there. And you can see with the high CFG scale, it is enhancing the musculature, and it is giving me vivid colors. It's trying its best to read the prompt more directly, right? That's what you get when you do a high CFG scale. Let's leave it here. Leave it at this CFG scale, okay? And we're going to add a little extra. We're going to stay with DPM plus 2M caras. We're not going to go down to 2S yet. And I want to make the variation strength 5.5. Okay? 0.5. All right, now we have a little bit of variation. Okay? Go. Now we should see some craziness coming out of this now. What? What? So as you can see, DPM plus plus 2M Karas is a good it is a good sampling method for me to use if I just want to get a good picture of myself. I like the abs. I like the six pack on this one. I appreciate that. I like the guns. I like the musculature that this is giving me all around on these pictures. You can tell that it's a stronger CFG scale. It's trying its best to interpret me more and more muscularly as pictures go. I actually kind of like this one. Pretty buff little Devin Lockett looking dude. These look more like maybe kids I may have had somewhere in the world and didn't realize it. So we're gonna come down to DPM SDE Karas. Okay. DPM SDE Karas. And we're gonna try that one. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see how it's interpreted. Should we put a script? No. Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, why not? Prompt matrix. Let's try it. More with this what? Now I have no idea what just happened. Index out of range. So let's not do this prompt matrix. Let's do none. Okay. And try it again.
the Mongo. afternoon from now. My desk is Islamabad city right now.
Right.
I am registering my desk location. So it will be detect my.
All right.
Yeah.
So we good though. You understand, right?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Let me create the flow and I will share with you.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm right here, brother.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. Thank you.
All righty.
Take your time. Okay.
Yes. Shout out to the team in Pakistan, Abu Bakar. We're working on the apps. Oh, here we go. We're finished now, right? Let's check out the first one with all of the pictures. They're coming out nice. I like what I'm seeing. It's not exactly what I'm asking for, but they are looking better. You know, they're trying to put like some brain stuff here, and you know, it's trying to come up with stuff. I like the muscles, of course. I always like the muscles because they're my muscles. Okay. Giving me green eyes. That's kind of cute. Blue eyes. That's kind of cute. Nice smile. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I like the crazy stuff, right? I like to get some craziness in. So let's do this. Let's go up to Euler A. All right. And yeah, let's do Euler A. And since I can't get the lightning bolts, you know what? Let's do this. Let's emphasize lightning bolts. We'll give it like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And let's put some beautiful women in the picture, huh? I always like doing that. Now, I do this because it's very challenging to put more than one person in the image. So we're going to go with 1, 2, 3. We'll just leave it at 3. We'll leave it at 3 because if you put too many, then it's going to start dressing my character like a woman. And it'll get really crazy, especially because I have a very high CFG scale, and yeah, and I have extra variation selected. So here we are in Euler A. Let's try again. right. So, these are kind of cool. That one looks nice. I like the shine, the light on it. Kind of. I like the lightning. This is like Shazam lightning, but you can see now it's trying to interpret. I said lightning bolts emanating from the head, but it's actually making me get struck by lightning on my head. But this looks kind of cool. I mean, I like it. It's pretty cool. So that takes us from 10 to 11. And I know you guys are tired of listening to these beats and stuff. But I just wanted to share with you how to work with a hypernetwork. Now you can see these pictures don't look exactly like me, but they were based on pictures of me, right? And it depends on how you train a hypernetwork. In this particular hypernetwork, I only had pictures of myself, okay? Now I can create train another hypernetwork and have it include photographs of myself and other people, right? Other people, other things, and start to incorporate those things into the images that I'm generating with the hypernetwork, But yeah, that's enough for today. I'm actually going to head out and have a little breakfast maybe in Claremont. A little barbecue or something, or maybe some barbecue here in Upland. I don't know. But yeah, there you have it. That is Stable Diffusion. Okay. And this has been one more episode of Devin Lockett TV, Biomed RX TV, OG Red Dog, and DevinLockett.ai. Yes, I actually have that URL, DevinLockett.ai. So I'm going to start producing some AI content to put on there. But, anyway, just wanted to share a little bit about the fun things to do with Stable Diffusion and artificial intelligence. We've already reached the point, according to Mark Zuckerberg, we've already reached the point of recursive learning. And now that we have AI agents that are able to create other AI agents that are more intelligent still than itself, then it's only a matter of time before we have artificial general intelligence and artificial super intelligence. So the future looks bright. It really does. The future really does look bright with artificial intelligence. I gotta say. And yep, one of my mics always drops out. I gotta do something about this Samsung. But either way, you guys get enough of me on the blue microphone. Once again, it's 11 a.m. You know you're supposed to be at church. I'm supposed to be at church too. So once again, everybody stay kind, right? Kind is the only sexy. It's the only sexy. There's too much meanness and cruelty in this world right now. There's too much disdain. There's too much callousness between human beings. There's not enough humanity among us. And we have to learn to love. We have to come back to love, because only love is going to conquer hate. Only love can conquer hate. And I think that's the words of Marvin Gaye, right? So anyway, have a wonderful day, right? And I will see you guys on the next live, probably this afternoon or this evening sometime. Peace.